Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today's finally the day that I actually launch I actually launch my first release under my own name and my own branding. A little bit nervous and excited all at the same time. Now, things that are not going to change is my style and the fact that I'm all about education. So I will continue with my educational videos on YouTube, my workshops, my snippets, all of those will continue. And my new releases will obviously be a part of that as well. So this is a little bit of a longer video because there's quite a bit to go through. So first of all, the launch of my new website, which is www.tracyevansboutiquedesigns.com. So let me just grab my iPad. I always knock something over just as I reach for something. You can tell how much stuff I've got everywhere. Right, so let's grab my iPad so we can take a look at the website. So when you go to tracyevansboutiquedesigns.com, hopefully you arrive at this home page which says browse our latest products, and at the time of recording this the stamps aren't there because I'm recording this the night before the actual release. So at the moment I've got my new aprons on there and my VersaFine, it's not my VersaFine Claire but the VersaFine Claire ink pad. And tomorrow, when launch happens, which is it's 6 o'clock tomorrow, Thursday the 25th of January, when that happens, the stamps will appear here. But they will also, if you click on all products, and underneath there, you will see stamps, workshops, bundles, gift cards, ink pads, craft aprons. Obviously, if you want the stamps, then you click on stamps. At the moment, if I click on stamps, it just says coming soon, watch this space. But it goes through a few details about the stamps. And tomorrow, if you come to stamps, the stamps will be here. There will be singles and there will be a bundle option. And there'll also be an option with a bundle plus the workshop. So if I go through and then, if you wanted previous workshops, if you look at the workshops, this is how the stamps will appear. I talk about the workshops here, and then all my workshops are just listed here. As with a normal website, you go to page 2 and it will load up the next workshops. Now, tomorrow, we'll also see the launch of a new workshop, which coordinates with the new release. I use all the new release in the new workshop. And the new workshop is called Quadrilaterals, and it's all about 4-inch squares, even though I got slightly carried away and we do more than 4-inch squares. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. There will eventually, once I've launched the products and a few samples have been shown on social media, I will add a gallery to the website so that if you're stuck for ideas, you'll be able to click on a heading here that says gallery, and then you can go and look at the gallery, and there'll also be links to my YouTube tutorials. You can also meet the team, and the team are very important to me. There's reasons I picked the team. Sometimes when you pick a design team, it's very difficult because I know a lot of people apply for design teams and they'll often say, well, I can't get on a design team. That's nothing to do with you, your ability or anything. It's more to do with how everybody will gel together and how everybody will work together and how everybody's artwork will bring something different to the team. Now, I will never do a design team call. I literally just pick my design team from artwork that I've seen, and this is my design team. We've got the lovely Victoria, we've got Anne, we've got Rebecca, Lucy and Patricia. Now, I've worked with these lovely ladies for a long time now, and they're not only just creative people, they're beautiful people as well. They, just like me, love to create just for the sake of creating. They love to share their artwork, and if they inspire somebody along the way, then that makes them happy just like it does me. So they fit in with me perfectly, and they've also become good friends. So a warm welcome to the team. And if you want to know about the team, you can find all their social media platforms and you can follow them, and they will inspire you in different ways that I will inspire you. So we all bring something a little bit different. So we've got Meet the Team. We've also got About. If you click on About, it just welcomes you to Tracy's Boutique Designs. Obviously, there's my mugshot. Oh dear. So there's my mugshot, and describes why it's called Boutique Designs. Now, the reason I've called it Tracy Evans Boutique Designs is most of you know me as Tracy Evans, and I didn't really want to come up with some fandangled name that you would never find and that you would never associate with. So if I put my sort of mugshot, you'll know it's me. Well, you can't miss it's me. You know it's me, but also if I use the name Tracy Evans, you've known me for a long time now, or maybe you haven't, maybe you're a newcomer. But I wanted to explain why Boutique Designs, because for me, boutique means a small shop offering quality products. And for me, I'll be specialising in education and stamping techniques and products. If you don't know me, I've been a stamper for almost 30 years now, and it's what I'm passionate about and it's what I love. So obviously I'm going to offer stamps. So I'll go through a few details. There's also a top tips page, and I will be adding to this over time. Now, if you want to make the screen bigger, just increase your screen size and then you can read everything even clearer. So I go through here a few top tips about stamps and what works for me. So just a few little top tips, and I will be adding to that as well. And the angel policy is very simple. You can use it to make whatever you wish, as long as you don't produce that graphically or digitally or on a photocopier or electronically. So as long as you hand stamp it, that's absolutely fine. So have we got anything else? You've got your contact, and then we've got our lovely stockists. Now, these are the stockists that have contacted me and asked if they could stock my products, and I've added those names, and they're just in alphabetical order. So they're in alphabetical order in the UK, but here, if I get another Australian one, there'll be an alphabetical. Another Canada one, there'll be an alphabetical. Like in the Netherlands, I've got 2, so they're in alphabetical order. USA, they're in alphabetical order, and I'll keep all the USAs together: Netherlands, Canada, blah, 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 blah. And the reason I've just gone through the website is I think it's important that we don't just show the stamps and then don't show you how you can navigate how you can navigate the website. So I just wanted to go through that. Somebody then just popped a message up, which has completely blown my train of thought. But I wanted to go through the website so you can find it easy to use. Now, as we all know with technology, there are going to be blips, because you might go on the website, and if 20 people have gone on the website at the same time as you, you know, the website might blip or whatever. Well, don't panic. I've ordered absolutely loads of stock, and I mean loads of stock. In fact, they're coming on pallets, so there's plenty of stock. There should be plenty of stock. So that's going through the website. Now, if you just bear with me a second, let me just see. Let me just message this lady. 2 seconds. Just recording video. So when I record videos, it's warts and all. I don't take out anything. So if somebody comes through in a messenger and it's important, I'll just, you know, say to them I'm recording a video. So that's just going through the website. Now, there's bound to be times when it's quiet, times when it's busy, times when the website just has a fit and just doesn't work. That's technology. That's what happens. Now, if you're having a problem and you, for whatever reason, we've tested everything, it works beautifully. People have already bought products on the website and it's working fine. However, should you have a problem and you just cannot order for any reason, don't get frustrated, don't struggle, just message me direct on Facebook through Messenger or email me and we can sort it out directly, and I'll sort that out for you, no problem at all. Right, shall we get to the interesting bit now? So now we're going to talk about stamps. So I will be releasing 6 stamps. We've got 3 A6 stamps and I've got 3 A7 stamps. And going forward, everything is going to be branded in this way. So I will brand sort of my marketing so that it follows through all the way through, so you can then see that they're my designs. So we'll start with the very first stamp, TE1, and we'll just talk about the packaging. Now, when you design the packaging, the stamp is a little bit, that might actually almost be spot on. Almost. Especially if I got it the right way. Actually, that one is spot on. But sometimes, because of the packaging and what you have to fit in, sometimes you have to shrink the image down depending what it is. So sometimes the packaging can be smaller than what the stamp is. Now, on the front of the stamp, you will see the actual image, in other words, what you're purchasing, and obviously the text. So this is your stamp design. At the bottom, you will see my email address should you have any problems, especially with it being my first release. Eventually, that may be my website, but just with it being my first release, that email address is on there, so it's readily at hand should you have any issues. We then have my trademark little tag, and that gives you the number of the stamp. TE, obviously, Tracy Evans, and number 1, and that's the first stamp set under the Tracy Evans brand. You will then find the stamp name here down the side, and this one's called Alpine Plant, and this is an auricular. Now if we just get stamp number 2, I haven't got my tape measure, which is not very good, I'm slacking. So this is stamp set number 2, and these go together. So this is sort of the auricular in the pot. And if you don't know anything about auriculars, they're often grown on shelves and displayed in pots, like in a theatre, they call it. Was it the Victorian times now? But they were very popular. And they also come in vintage colours, bright colours, two-tone colours. They're beautiful. Now, if I pick up this image, you can see with this one, the actual image on here is smaller than the image on the stamp. So it's a little bit bigger than it actually is on there. That's because I've got a little bit more to fit in text-wise, etc. on the front of the packaging. It's important that I run through everything with you, because once you get used to the first release, I won't need to repeat this, because then you'll understand where I'm coming from. So I'll just grab a tape measure. Now, the Tracy Evans brand going forward, what am I about? Going forward, it's about releasing new products at a steady pace. No rush, no products released constantly, one after the other. It's all about releasing steadily. And if I just want to release one stamp, I'll just release one stamp. It's just about releasing very steadily. And also, I will not be discontinuing products. So these products you will always be able to get, no problem at all. You know, if they go out of stock, I'll reorder them in. If they go out of stock again, I'll order them in. So they will be a stock item. The reason I don't want to discontinue them is I pour my heart and soul into these designs and put a lot of thought into them. So it's important to me that they stay with me. Right, so first of all, we'll have a look at the little auricular, which is this lovely plant pot. It's distressed. and it's in my same traditional Tracy Evans style, because I can't change my style, that's who I am. But what I want to do is I want to offer lots of variety, nature inspired, whether it's birds, background inspired, wherever inspiration takes me. The thing with doing it under my own name is I have freedom to do whatever I want. So it's wonderful. So I can just release whatever I want. There's no deadlines. I don't have to rush. There's no time scales. So it's wonderful. If you've got any questions, just message me as always, as it's always been, either through social media or via email. So my first stamp, which is the auricular. Let's just take this off the packaging. And when you're peeling the stamps away, I just want to mention, I see a few people stretching these stamps. Now, you shouldn't stretch them. You should make sure that where it goes in thinner, so you've got this wider part here and it goes in thinner here, make sure that you grab hold, don't stretch it off, make sure that you grab hold of it and you peel it away nicely, just so that you don't stretch the design. These are quality photopolymer stamps, high quality, very detailed, deeply etched stamps, because the quality as a stamper myself, for me, is a top priority. So let me just grab some white card. That would help, wouldn't it? Let's grab white card. So we'll take our acetate, because it's definitely easier to see when you have the acetate. So this is the design, and I love how it's got these sort of letters just sort of entwined within the design. And this is traditionally how you often see auriculars in the pot, and you could obviously use this pot, cut it out and add other flowers as well. And on there we've also got the wording alpine plant. Now the size of this is, let's place it back on the packaging, which makes my eyes go funny because I never get it quite right on the packaging. That's almost spot on, maybe a little bit bigger. So the stamp itself in the flesh, inked, because I've used, so from top to bottom is 3.5 inches from top to bottom. The stamp is 3.5 inches. So a really good size for a focal image. When you see the samples, you will see that that's what brings them to life. Now, I've pared back my packaging because I want the main focus to be the actual design. And that's why my packaging is very pared back and classy, so that this is the focus. So that's stamp set number 1. Stamp set number 2 is the flower head on its own, but bigger, which means that you could use this as the background and this in the foreground if you wish. Or you can use either of them as a focal image in its own right. You'll have to excuse me if I have to clear my throat. I had COVID during Christmas, and I have to clear in my throat. It's lovely, so I do apologise. So just peel away my stamp. Let's bring in the white paper. And it's a beautifully detailed stamp. It's just lovely, and it's got the word auricular on there. And here it says often displayed in individual pots, in individual pots on shelves. So you can use that also as a background stamp to go with this stamp or this one. So the idea is you can interchange them and they both work with each other. Now this stamp is 2.5 top to bottom and just over 2.25, a bit bigger in width. So again, a really good sized focal image. And again, once you see the samples, that will bring them to life. So that is TE2. Just place that. These bits of plastic I have to keep picking up. and then you can see the word auricular here for the name of the stamp. So that's the second A7. The third A7 is a lovely little fern, and it's called Fern, and it's TE3. And this fern, it's beautiful. So I'm going to take the fern off, and I'm just going to roll that off there and not stretch that off the acetate. And you can see, let's remove the little one. What I've done is I've given you a fern that's connected, which can easily split in half if you want, and a little fern on its own. I've also added the word fern and the word fronds. If I just measure this largest fern for you, just so that you've got some idea, it is 3.5 inches. So that fern there, just here, is 3.5 inches top to bottom. And you've got the word fern and fronds, which means you can use those words in the background, or you can use it as a focal image. So those are my 3 A7 stamps, and I'm so, as always, whenever I've designed, whether I'm designing on my own now or whether I designed for All and Create, I'm always proud of the designs. But it's a little bit more nervous going on your own, but I'm so excited about it. So those are the 3 A7 stamps. So let's just place those down. So these are our 3 A7 ones. So we'll place them in a pile. Sometimes spread them out just so if you want to take a screenshot, you can take a screenshot. Let's just place them. And then I've got 3 A6 designs. Our first one is TE4. And I had to call this New Beginnings because it seemed rather apt, as it's a new beginning for me for 2024. So this one is called New Beginnings, and it's TE4. And on here we've got the word New Beginnings. We have Fly Free, The Beauty of Flowers. Each day is a treasure. With brave wings she flies. And I have these 2 birds and a floral, which I based on there's several types of dahlia, and I based this on one of the dahlias, but I didn't put the word dahlia on there or dahlia, because I just want it to be, it can be used generically. So if we just take our packaging, so now I have a lot more to fit on here on this front cover. I've folded this over slightly so that it fits in my A6 wallet. But you can see I have a lot more to fit on there now. So the floral is bigger than the floral on the front of the packaging. So let me just give you sizes. So this floral here is, which is the widest point, 3 inches. So that's 3 inches, white card, Tracy, 3 inches from there to there. If we measure the bird in width, it's almost 2 inches, and top to bottom, again, around about 2 inches. And this little bird here is around about 1.5 inches, and around about 1.5 inches top to bottom. So let me just remove the packaging from the birds. We'll just lift this up. So here you can see this little bird here. I knew I'd end up flapping around. Don't try and hold everything at the same time. So this little bird here that's got the fern on here also coordinates with the fern here on the A7 stamp. So that means that this stamp has got other things that it can go with, including the florals. So they work beautifully together so that you can get as much out of your designs as possible. And the sentiments also work beautifully. Now, the little bird has got the word calm and peace inside its body. And I've added these sort of white areas here so you can see maybe where to add touches of white when you use your Posca pen and gel pens. So let's place these back. These are already well used, hence they don't go back quite in the same place. So this is TE4. It's an A6 stamp and it's called New Beginnings. And I store mine in an A6 wallet just because I can put any cut out pieces or anything inside the wallet and keep that safe. So that's TE4. TE5 is called Clematis or Clematis, whichever you like to call it. In other words, a climbing plant. So we've got our Clematis, which has got climber on there, timeless, with warmest wishes, and create your own magic. It's TE5 and the name of the stamp is Clematis. So if I take this off, this is a beautiful, beautiful floral. And if I just place this on here, you can see, let me just lift this up, just how beautiful that is in design. Just wonderful, just so you can see that. And then what we've got on the opposite side, just roll this off the acetate. Don't stretch your stamp. You've then got a design that is with the sort of the buds as well, so you can use it like a climber. And I've also got a little one of the florals so that you can create a background, but that little floral could also be used as a background with the fern or with the birds, so they all work together. Let's just bring in, oh, I haven't measured, have I? So let's measure. Oh. And you can also turn this clematis floral whichever way you want. And sort of top to bottom, it's 3.5 inches. So that's 3.5 inches that way. Top to bottom here, around about 3 inches. So 3 inches top to bottom. Really good size. And the clematis can be used in any direction. So let's just place that in our packaging, which I'll spend ages just doing. Let me move that out of the way. That's my little mask that I've all scrunched up. So that is TE5 and it's called Clematis. And then finally, TE6. And this is called Branched Heart. And it's got a lovely heart on there with a branches on half. And we've also got the chevrons, a lovely little heart here, a little tulip-esque kind of flower, and a smaller version of the heart. You can use that half on its own. You can use that half on its own. And then you've got the smaller one. We've got Special Friends, Heart, Calm, Peace, Breathe. And it's called Branched Heart. And if I bring it out of the packaging, just so you can see the size of that beautiful heart. Now, top to bottom, at the highest point on the heart and down, that is 4 inches. 4 inches from there down to here. Just a beautiful stamp. The chevrons I just adore. They're actually distressed, and the chevrons work with everything along the 6 stamps, and so does the heart, which I'll show you how. But these chevrons are distressed and work beautifully. And this little sort of tulip-esque floral works so nicely on its own or with other of the florals or the heart. So just beautiful. I'm really proud of this release. I've taken a really long time to try and sort of keep tweaking it until I'm happy with the designs. So let's just place those there. So this is stamp set TE6. Just love them. This little floral here, how big is that? That's almost from there to there, 1 3/4 in inches. That little sort of tulip-esque kind of floral. Now, I want stamps that don't date. I want stamps that stand the test of time. And I want stamps that I can use over and over again, month after month and year after year, that we can just keep going back to. And I want, what I may do as well, sort of going forward, I may like sort of add one product just to go with these. I just love how they've turned out. So let's have a look at some samples. There are hundreds of them. Now, I'll do the workshop ones. Oh, is that a workshop? That isn't workshop. That's snippets. I've got to decide which ones are workshops and which ones are samples, which is easier said than done because I've mixed them all up. Right, so I've done loads of samples and I've also done a workshop. I'll mention which ones are out of the workshop. The workshop is called Quadrilaterals. Now, the Quadrilaterals workshop is going to be an ongoing workshop. It's an ongoing workshop. It's £50, but I will be adding to it on an ongoing basis. It's not a workshop where I create the workshop and then it's ended. You just take the workshop and then what's in there is in there. With this one, I'll be adding to it every now and then as well. However, if you order the workshop with the bundle, you then get a discount. But you can buy singles, you can buy whatever you want, you can buy nothing at all, it doesn't matter. However, it's just absolutely fine. I'm just going to enjoy the journey. So here is my first sample. And I have got YouTube videos for some of these, which I'll be launching eventually on social media. So let's take our clematis. So this is our clematis, and you can see you can use it in any direction that you wish. It just works beautifully in any direction of your choice. So I'm sure that's got a YouTube video, so I shall bring that to you. So you can just use it in any direction, which I just love. And I just think that is a beautiful floral, really beautiful, and whichever way you want to have it. But I'm having it this way, portrait. So I just love how that has come out. And that's with the clematis on its own. Where do I put the samples? Don't know. This is definitely a YouTube video, which will be coming to you after I've released the stamps and got some of the stamps out in the post. But yes, I will launch the YouTube video. Just so you can see, we've created the clematis and we've got the little bird there that says peace and calm. And I just love that clematis flower. I just think it looks really, really lovely. And I've tried to do sort of different colour schemes so that it appeals to different people. Which one have I used next? Next we've used this little auricular stamp. This little auricular stamp. And I've created this sample. So we just lift some of these up so the leaves are lifted a little bit. There we go. And just so you can see, it has got some dimension on there. And this is also a YouTube video. I think it is. I think it's a notelet one. So these are like little notelets. But that auricular looks lovely. I just love the auricular, especially on the craft. And I got so carried away about doing that on the craft that I then sort of did another version. So that one's got dimension and that one hasn't got any dimension. There's no cut out piece. It's all completely flat. So I did another version. So like little notelets you could send to somebody. And then I'm sure I used the other, which is, try not to shake the camera, Tracy. Did we use this one next? Oh no, I did another one. Can you tell I liked this design so much? what I'm showing you here is 3 notelets, and this will be on a YouTube video. So 3 notelets, how you can make them look slightly different, and I just love them. And all the designs work together beautifully. Just work so nicely together. So that was 3 notelets. Then is this, then I did this one. Then I did this one. I love this floral. I love this. Just think it's wonderful. And I got so used to creating on the craft card that I just loved it. So this is also a video, just so that you can see just the beauty of that floral. Just love how that turned out, and I love that little birdie. Just wonderful. And I think looking at samples really does bring things to life. I've then prepared 2 snippets, so those will be going live eventually. I've prepared 2 snippets, which is with the New Beginnings stamp set, this one here, and also with the little fern, and also with the little fern as well. So I've prepared a couple of snippets for you, which will eventually go live. And then this one is with the heart, and this will be a video as well for YouTube, which uses the heart. You can see the chevrons on there as well, and we've also got the little bird here as well, and also these little hearts here. And you can see, can you see I've not used it as the heart, because you can see the heart here, and I've just used the branches, not the heart. So just use that part, just so you can see that from that one stamp you can create like a collage effect. It works really, really nicely, and it is flat, just so you can see that, apart from this the little word with heart on there. So that is completely flat. What have we got next? Right, the next samples are from the workshop that's called Quadrilaterals. Now, the reason I've called it quadrilaterals is because it's my name for 4-inch squares. We create, let me grab these. Let's move these out of the way. In the workshop, we create 4-inch square pieces in the workshop. So we create all these 4-inch square pieces in the workshop, just so you can see. Lots of 4-inch square pieces that we create in the workshop. There's just hundreds of them. We then also sort of, in the workshop, we create sort of extra backgrounds, mop-up backgrounds, etc. as well, that we will use. And in the workshop, I will show you now what's in the workshop now, as I'm at this time now. I think there's about 9 videos. We create a little book that's made out of the quadrilaterals, just so that you can see our little book, just so you can see that. I'll lift that up in detail, and you can see my auricular there. You can see the clematis there, just so you can see that. And then you've got the little bird. You've got the little heart from the branched heart. Then we've got my little clematis again. I've got my die that was created under the All and Create brand. But all these products, these stamps, are available on my website, Tracy Evans Boutique Designs, or through stockists. And you can find a list of the stockists on the website. So with Brave Wings She Flies, then the other floral. So we create a book in the workshop. We also create this card in the workshop. Let me just turn this round for you so you can see the detail in the card, because sometimes pictures you can't see the depth within the artwork. There's that little tulip-esque type flower, but sometimes you can't see that in photographs. That is in the workshop. So let's just place that over here. And then we have a card here that's with the New Beginnings floral, which is this one here. There. You can see the New Beginnings floral. The New Beginnings floral here. And the ferns. And then the sentiment, which you can also see in the background here. Just love that one. But that has got dimension on there, just so you can see that. And that is in the workshop as well. Let me place that one in first, because that's the biggest card. What else have we got? Oh, yes, we've got another one using the New Beginnings again. This floral here with the bird at the bottom, along with the chevrons from the branched heart. And if I bring that in so that you can see the detail just in the background as well, just so you can see all that detail. And again, that has got dimension, just so you can see that. I absolutely love that card. Absolutely love that. And the chevrons I just adore. So just so you can see that. Then we go to some smaller cards. These are all in the workshop. Now you can see this one. If we bring the heart in, can you see the heart here? Now looks different because it hasn't got the branches there. It's got the clematis on the other half of the branch. So I've swapped out the branches for the clematis, which I just adore. And I've then added the little bird with the fern. The heart is all flat and the bird is dimensional. But I just love how that came out. And you can see I've used the text stamp with Brave Wings She Flies as a background stamp. Just love that. Love using the craft. So let's place that. Oh, there's another big card here first. I've then got another one with the New Beginnings stamp set, and this is in the workshop, just so you can see the detail in the card. And that is in the workshop, called Quadrilaterals. And apart from the sentiment, it's all flat. Apart from the sentiment, it is all flat. Just loved creating these. And then I've got two more cards. Again, did I? Can you see here, from the heart one, I've used the branches on its own without the heart, and I've used it for the bird to stand on, just to give me some depth so that the birds can stand on that. So I've now used the stamp that no longer is a heart. I've used it as a perch for the birds, and again with that New Beginnings stamp set. So I just love that. Again in the workshop. And I think that is all the samples. Now, I will be posting the samples on social media. There will be videos. So there'll be plenty of videos for you all, just so you can watch the videos and sort of go through each piece step by step. If you've got any questions, feel free to message me if you've got any questions about the designs, or if you've got any questions about the workshops. I think I've mentioned everything. I cannot get my... There we go. I think I've mentioned everything. I've shown my little book as well. Is there anything else I need to mention? In the workshop, we also sort of have random pieces as well that become sort of leftovers that we can also use as well. So we do get some leftover pieces that we use as well. But the workshop is really turning out to be a real fun workshop. The only problem is I need a little bit more space to put everything out. Let's move that out of the way. So I launch tomorrow around about 6 o'clock, 6 p.m, Thursday the 25th. It may be a little bit earlier depending how much I get done. But, you know, I will keep you informed anyway on social media. I shall post full pictures of everything. And I'll also give a link to the video so you can watch this video at any time. Let me just place this here. So they are all together. And then I've got a little giveaway because it's the launch of my new venture. So for anybody that shares my YouTube video, if you can share it, that would be wonderful. If you can let me know you've shared it, that is great. Then I can put you in the draw for one randomly drawn winner from YouTube, Instagram and Facebook. I will be drawing one winner, and that winner will receive all the stamp sets. One set of sample stamps. So you'll receive all the 3 A6 and you'll receive all the 3 A7. And that's to one randomly drawn winner. And I'll draw that winner in about a week's time. So in a week's time, I'll draw the winner. And I'll announce it on social media. I think that's everything I need to announce. All my social media platforms remain the same. Instagram, YouTube. And if you go to my website, say you can't find anything, the website's going to be a good source of information, because if you go to about means about the company and about Tracy Evans. Here on when it says about and you see my mug here, you'll see that it's got Facebook, the Instagram logo and YouTube. If I click on that little Facebook group, that Facebook icon there, it will take you to my Facebook group where we are inspired and we all share ideas together. If you click on the arrow, that will give you the YouTube, and that takes you to my YouTube channel. So if you ever can't find something, go to the website and most of the detail will be there. And I think that's it. All that's left for me to say is a huge thank you. It's you that makes it possible for me to continue with this journey, doing what I love most, and that is being creative with no deadlines or restrictions. So thank you all for your support, all your supportive comments. I read every message and I try and answer every single one. So thank you all. And a huge shout out to my team. Thank you all for your support. Each and every one of you. Rebecca, Anne, Victoria, Patricia and Lucy. So thank you all, ladies, for all your support during this release. Because I have been a little bit, stressed, but stressed in a good way, not stressed in a bad way, just a little bit anxious, that's all. So I hope you love the designs as much as I loved using them, designing them, and now packing them to send out to you. So love to all. I'll be doing a happy dance for each and every single order. Love to all, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.